Okay, we're back with tier 3, a tier 3 run through of the current status of my factory, I should say. So as you can see, we've got the space elevator going on, and we're looking at things from a slightly different perspective. There's a new building over there, or at least an expansion of this building. As you can see, it's pretty flat over this side, except for that and that. Can you tell which side of the buildings I spend more time on? Anyway, biggest change is that I've got coal going on. I've got 10 coal being supplied by one pure node over there, and that has almost completely replaced the biofuel situation. So the top level of the biofuel factory is actually completely empty now. That's where I had all my generators. That is done, but this level still exists. I actually redesigned all of this. So I realized after the last video that I was not going to have enough biofuel for doing much of anything, so I changed things around and had two of these stacked up. This one was for wood, and that one was for leaves, and then they feed into separate constructors and feed into separate constructors again for the biofuel. And I was putting out a pretty good amount of biofuel, which I am now mostly just using in these two that are attached to the hub. So they're putting out 40 megawatts. It's not a big piece. The coal is doing 500. What else? Nothing's changed over in the copper building. We've got two new nodes for iron connected up there, and like I said, got a new building over there which we're gonna go and take a look at. There's a couple of ways in and out of this. This is I wanted to have a way to access both levels, both this side and both levels of this building over here. So this one is for reinforced metal plates, reinforced iron plates, is that what it's called? Reinforced iron plates, yes, okay. So this floor does that, which is great because, you need to use that for quite a bit, and most notably, the Mark II conveyor belts. And then outside, we've got a couple of different ways. I think I can just run up here and get in that way, or I've got a jump pad. Woohoo! So you can see my two Mark I miners there working away. And this level is for rotors, which they get built all the way down the line and stacked up in there. And that is pretty much it for tier 3. So a new building here that's a little bit bigger. Well, it's about the same length, I guess, length and width as this one, but it's 2 stories. And the reason it's not like super much taller than this one is because, again, this one, the production floor is kind of more or less in the middle, almost. Well, towards the bottom, but this one is more like right on the ground, and then you got the next level up here. So there you go, a couple of different ways. I'm trying to improve my access. Have more walkways. Try to make use of jump pads and things like that, so I can get around a little bit better. At least here I can just sort of run along here. I don't actually have anything connected here, but I can drop off onto there, or over here. There's a couple options. Anyway, I did kind of set this up so that I can continue expanding the coal in that direction, and I will eventually, well, actually probably pretty soon. Once I unlock the Mark II miner, I'll upgrade the one over there, and that will allow me to go to 20 coal power plants over there for a total of 1 megawatt. I think you can actually do a little bit more. I think you can do 10. You can do 10.8 8 right now. So I could actually have an 11th coal plant over there and just underclock it to 80%. That's one way to do it. The other way is I can't remember what the other one is, what it is with 20. If it can do 21, not sure. And then once you get to the Mark III, it for some reason, right? Coffee Stain, is it Coffee Stain? I think it's Coffee Stain that makes this game. They don't double it. Like, you know, the Mark I of everything does 60, Mark II does 120, Mark III does 140 or 240. Or, you know, if it's a pure node, it does 120, 240, but then the next one only does 450, and you can only carry 450, not 480 on the conveyor belt, so that's kind of too bad. Hope they change that, because that, I mean, it makes it, I guess it throws a bit of a wrench in the works, so you have to make changes to the way you're hauling stuff, but anyway, whatever. That is it for the Tier 3 walkthrough. The Tier 4 should be significant changes, because we're going to have to be producing a lot more stuff. Alright, anyway, thank you very much for joining me.